We believe in strong schools. We believe in mercy for the poor and especially children. We believe in economic fairness and common sense and economic progressivism. We welcome people as our neighbors. We believe in greater access to the ballot for every eligible voter. That's why for 60 weeks, say 60 weeks,
60 weeks,
we've come together to fight against the dangerous agenda of extremism. Policies that are constitutionally inconsistent, morally indefensible, and economically insane. And let me say to you again why they deride us and why when we started, Willie, they only called us outsiders and morons, and they said preachers were wrong for coming investments. The reason they deride and try to deflect is because they cannot debate us on moral grounds and on constitutional grounds. In fact, not trying to be heroic or anything, but I would say to Mr. Tillis or Mr. Berger, you want to debate? We don't have to have all this fight. Do like they used to do in the ancient world. You bring your team, I'll bring mine, and let's have it on, baby. They can't make their case. Their case doesn't make sense economically. Their case doesn't make sense morally. Their case doesn't make sense historically. Their case doesn't make sense economically. We know who we are. That's also what messes them up. Look around at this crowd. Look around and see North Carolina. Look around and see America. Look around and see God's humanity. We know who we are. As I said to you in February, we're black, we're white, we're Latino, we're Native American, we're Democrat, we're Republican, we're independent. We're people of all faiths and people not of faith who believe in a moral universe. We're native, we're immigrants, we're business leaders and workers. We're veterans and pacifists. We're doctors and the uninsured. We're gay, we're straight, we're students and retirees. We are North Carolina. This is what democracy looks like. And we are not going anywhere. They can't debate us. Because when their picture shows, it shows only all white. And mainly men. Old men. I'm sorry, brothers. Or how about men with old ideas? Who are so scared of women, they don't know what to do. They cannot debate us because we stand on the principles of democracy. We stand on the principles of faith. Every major religion says that the ultimate value and how you use public power is how you treat the least of these. Check it in Islam. Check it in the Baha'i religion. Check it in Hinduism. Check it in Buddhism. Check it in Christianity. Check it in Judaism. Every major religion. So we stand on our Constitution. In order for their policies to be right, they would have to rewrite the Constitution. And we are winning and shifting the center of political gravity. Now, the first thing we want to do here today is celebrate what you have done. And then I'm going to talk about the next phase of the movement. But you always in a movement ought to take a moment and celebrate your victories. Bob Hall with Democracy in North Carolina and Jamie Phillips and some others got together and pulled numbers. And I want to tell you that while we don't judge justice just by polls alone, something strange and marvelous and miraculous has happened since you all decided to fight together. Last year, when they came into office, They boasted like proud roosters of having a supermajority. And when they came in office, the polls said the legislature was running about 40%. Governor was over 50%. They thought you were going to go home, put your tail between your legs, and not fight back. But you came together. And let me tell you what has happened since you came together. And tell you some of the things we ought to celebrate. Just in the polls. Now, they were at 40%. But last week, the public policy poll said because you've come together, they are now at 17% and that means 83% of North Carolinians disagree with what they're doing in this legislature. That wouldn't have happened without you. You need to know that 55% of North Carolinians oppose their decision to cut unemployment insurance. And I tell you this because sometimes in the moral movement, it's a long time before you start winning the public consciousness. But in the vernacular of my grandmama, look what the Lord has done. 58% of North Carolinians say we should expand Medicaid. Touch your neighbor and say, we're winning the consciousness of the state. 61% of North Carolina voters oppose taking public school money and giving it to vouchers to support private schools. Somebody shout, we're winning. 54% of North Carolinians would rather raise teachers' pay than cut taxes for the wealthy. 55% of voters oppose Tillis and Berger's plan to cut personal and corporate taxes